Marcus, hey man, how you doing? Adam here. Thank you for your patience in my getting an answer to you. As you probably know, I was on tour, and it's just been a busy time for me. But I finally got to watch your version of "Isn't She Lovely," and I think it's fabulous. You're a great player. There's very little to say about it. I've got some notes here on the computer. Let's see what I wrote when I watched it. I wrote solid, clear, with 3 exclamation points, great groove, and really good. So I'm watching, and I'm thinking like, well, what's the next level? What's the next level? I mean, man, you played this great. And here's what I see for you as the next level. And this is a little tricky to do as a solo guitar player because we don't play with other musicians, but I got this experience playing with great musicians in the jazz world. I'd practice all my stuff and get it so it was pretty solid, right? And then all of a sudden I'm playing with a drummer, like maybe an older guy who's played with everybody, and this guy just starts kicking my butt. Even though everything I've already played and practiced is correct, there's an energy thing where an older guy is pushing me to my limit energy-wise. And so there's a new flow and a new sound in the energy. So there's nothing more that I can say this needs to be correct. The groove was great. Your sound was great. The technical stuff and the arrangement was great. And now, for you to go to the next level, to put more fire in there. And part of and if I play for you now with fire, I'll probably make a lot of mistakes. I'll do it though. I'll show you what I mean. Part of the leap of confidence that takes, part of what you're going to go through is you're going to burn a little harder, and it's going to feel insecure. Things that you want to feel that they're in control are going to feel out of control. You might even feel like you're missing stuff. I feel like that on every concert, and very few people hear when I actually miss stuff. So, and this was also, this energy thing was something that I was up against. I just recently recorded a new CD here in this little studio in March. It'll be coming out soon. I'd record something, and especially in the studio, when I'd wait a few days and then listen to what did I play in the studio, I wasn't listening for what was like perfect and what was correct. I was like, man, I got to feel something. And I did many takes of Killing Me Softly where I listened back and I didn't feel anything when I listened back. And so this extra juice that you have to come up with, this extra taking a chance, this extra going outside where it's comfortable for you. That's something, like I said, if you're in a band or you're playing with other musicians, sometimes somebody can push you out there. So I suggest do the drum stuff if you're not doing it, and if you are doing it, keep doing it so that the sort of you get a lift off with the drum, and then put that on the guitar. So I'm going to demonstrate. Now I haven't played Isn't She Lovely in an age. It's kind of fallen off my live repertoire. I'm going to demonstrate the two. So I'm going to kind of play first like I'm practicing, because then I get to practice. Okay? And then I'm going to play it with a little bit more gas, the way I kind of want you to start experimenting with. Okay? So I'm going to take it from those chords, okay? This is like more of like a practice way. A little bit slower. Okay. Now that's correct, and it's just kind of a nice, easy groove, which sometimes that's cool. Okay, I mean, there's many jazz records where guys are playing so nice and relaxed that there's the place for that. But now I'm going to take the same tempo and I'm going to give it a little bit more power. And it's a little bit more insecure. It feels like it could fall apart, but this is more the way I would play it if I was in a concert, okay? Bang, ching, dang, chip-a-ching, chip-a-ching, ching. Whoops. Okay, so my teacher, Mike, he would refer to this energy, the second one, he would say, you got to play out there. Or if he heard me play the first way, he'd say, what you're doing is technically correct, but spiritually, you need to be out there. And he would always point away from his heart. He'd say, you need to play out there. So, you know, that's a very tricky point for any of us when we're thinking, oh man, I got to concentrate to play this stuff correctly, and I got to be in my world. Because what you may not realize, and what I often learn, the lesson I learn over and over, is the being out there, this energy, you find new solutions. You find solutions to technical problems, and it's sort of this fire that burns up some of the problems that you may think you've been having technically. Because then you go, the hell with that fingering, this one's easy. And you realize what's working in that realm. It's kind of a different place up here, okay? So that's the next place for you to go with this, okay? So, and experiment with that. Experiment with that in your practicing. Maybe, you know, when you're warming up, you're going to have it nice and easy, and then give full gas. So when I'm doing my YouTube videos, which I haven't done some videos in a while, but all the performances, you know, it's that spirit and that full gas kind of feeling that I'm trying to get across. Most importantly, because that's something real that people will react to. And if you've noticed on YouTube, you know, the people who are more amateur, I shouldn't say amateur because that sounds negative, but the not pros or the hobby players, it tends to be often they play correct, but with not a lot of oomph. And so that's the difference. And also, I mean, when I've gotten on stage with Tommy Emmanuel, he's kicking me so hard, he pushes you to the absolute limit of past where you think you even had the ability to do this. So anyhow, I will end my speech. But you play so good, man. You play so good. This is the next place for you to go. And if we were in a workshop together in person, I could play the drums with you, and I could kind of push you as though you were playing in a band with me. I could do what that drummer did, but we would have to do it together. Alrighty, man. Take care, Marcus. Excellent work. Excellent playing. God bless.